And good morning. It's Gord. It is Wednesday now, hump day. And again, my new location for my coffee break sessions because it's too cold outside. It's just too damn cold. It is Wednesday. I am still waiting on a phone call. I know a lot of you are sitting and waiting with me, and I appreciate that. Love you all for that. That's really, really wonderful. A lot of people have dropped me notes saying what's going on, wishing you well, and please keep those fingers crossed, keep those prayers a coming, because I think it's going to go good. Worst comes to worst, they say no to my mortgage. Maybe I can find another mortgage company. Can't give up. This house means something to this family. But what am I here to talk about today? I thought of a few subjects, and I think one very close to my heart is anxiety and the cannabis plant. I've been reading a lot about it, and I go up and down all the time on anxiety. I'm of the feeling that although some plants can seem to cause anxiety when when you toke them, I don't think it's the plant. I think it's us. Right now, I should be the most anxious I've ever been, and I haven't even had a toke yet, and I'm not. But yesterday I had lots of tokes, and I wasn't. It was my own mind over matter that seems to be beating this. And I'd have a toke and start feeling a little anxious, and then I'd realize, you know what? No, mind over matter. Mind over matter. So the matter, the cannabis, can't matter. It can't be doing that. So I read a lot. Just a minute. Cheers. I got CBD on one side of this and hash bar on the other side. So what do I mean by hang on a minute? Well, I didn't even say that, did I? See, I'm a little off today. Not focused, and that's the fibro. I'm going through a fibro fog right now, and I'm not staying focused, and I'm falling off the subject I was even talking to you about. Anxiety. I read a lot more, and a lot of new studies are starting to say that the anxiety that comes from the plant, or seems to come from the plant, is either from smoking too little or too much at a certain sitting. I think they call it biphasic, where a medicine can cause the exact opposite of what it can cause depending on if you take too little or too much. And cannabis is like that. Yes, some plants cause it more than others. That's an interesting thing that needs a lot more study. Because I've stayed away from sativa for easily 2 weeks. Yes, the last couple of days, almost no anxiety at the time when I should be high anxiety. But I don't say that's because I've been leaving sativa alone. I think that's just because I've been a little more focused. Today, a little less focus, and the anxiety starting to creep in again. So, is it really the plant? I don't know. I love your opinions. See, I've said it before. We are the guinea pig generation. Even though our generation spans years, people in this generation, it's not an age generation, it's a time generation. In the 2010s, in the teens of the new millennia, it is so legal that so many of us are experimenting how to best solve our issues with this medicine. 5-10 years from now, after full legalization, the guinea pig generation will go by the wayside. will be able to go in and tell the apothecary, you know, I have anxiety and fibro and it's this kind of a day, and they'll say, here, try this THC pill that also has a little bit of CBN in it, especially for you, whatever, you know what I mean? Or we'll have specific methods for specific people, you know. Right now, with some of the chemicals that are out there, doctors like propranolol, they start you off at 5 milligrams a day and boost it by 5 milligrams every week until you're up to 60 or 100 or whatever, but they stop it when it seems to be suiting you best. We do that ourselves with cannabis because most doctors don't have the knowledge. Even the cannabis doctors don't have the knowledge necessary. I know some of you disagreed with me that it should be just your GP when it comes to scripting this medicine. And of course, we're not all going to agree. But if your GP doesn't prescribe, then you end up in a situation that I'm in, where my GP has no idea how the medicine is reacting to me, and he's taking it wrong. I'm more capable of walking around and doing things, but I'm less focused, so he thinks I'm better. I need to sit and discuss this with him. He doesn't really want an appointment, because, well, hey, I have a doctor for that. But that doctor doesn't really want to talk about all the other issues, just do I need a more prescript, you know, more per day or whatever. So we're in a unique situation, the guinea pig generation. We are going to be the ones mostly determining the direction this goes. That's why we have to fight so hard. So my friends, today, you know, I've been keeping you up to date on the tuber tour, godforsaken customs, and making clouds with mud flaps. They were with Chili Boo yesterday, and today they are going to MMJ, totalhealthcare.ca. They're going there and they're going to purchase some products and do a little film from there, and MMJ is looking very forward to seeing them. So peace and cheers, love and harmony. Keep your fingers crossed for me, or your prayers, or however you invoke the powers that be. Let's hope for the best. Peace and cheers, love and harmony.